Hello, everyone. Joe Francis again, and this is the Joe Francis podcast. Thanks very much for dropping by. Well, before I introduce our next guest, an amazing guest, I just want to say a big thank you to all of you who have already subscribed and ask you, if you haven't subscribed, please do. If you're enjoying the content, please hit the like, subscribe buttons, and also comment if you can on areas that you're interested in and what you're enjoying so far. So with that said, let's get into today's show. And today I'm introducing Pawan Lokwani. Pawan is a young, successful and award-winning entrepreneur based in the UK. He has experience in the talent market in Europe, Americas and Asia for over 15 years and has successfully built teams globally and sold enterprise solutions to global clients. Pawan began his career with one of the world's largest consultancy firms in India. He rose up the ranks rapidly and transferred to the firm's London headquarters, where he enjoyed great success. He has led projects for some of the world's largest institutions like Warner Brothers, Ofcom, Universal Pictures, and Cadbury's. While he achieved great success in his career, Pawan was quick to pay heed to the entrepreneurial spirit within him and set up his own technology consultancy firm in the UK. By the time he was 35, Pawan had already expanded the business to 5 countries, employing over 80 people. At an early stage of his entrepreneurial journey, Pawan had a clear vision to steer opportunities in the disruptive technologies space and thus started a generative AI business to help get 10x returns for his clients. With a background in sales, technology, and team development, Pawan is successfully scaling up the talent AI B2B SaaS venture, Recruitment Smart Technologies, to achieve global heights and have expanded the business in UK, Europe, and the Middle East, Southeast Asia, and India. Pawan has his engineering degree from IIT Delhi and his MBA from the Indian School of Business, ISB, in India, in Hyderabad. Welcome to the podcast, Pawan.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you so much for your time and getting me here. I'm really excited for this conversation.
Fantastic. Well, it's really, really great to have you. And after going through that intro, it just occurs to me that you've got an absolutely wow CV. And of course, both people from India as well as everywhere now outside India fully understand when they hear an educational institution of the caliber of IIT Delhi, which is pretty much a flagship institute worldwide even. When you have such an academic background, the kind of array of opportunities open to you must be quite significant. So going back to that kind of that time in your life when you had just completed your engineering degree, what was your mindset at the time in terms of how you had thought about what your career options might be and how you'd kick things off?
Yeah, thanks, Joe. And to be honest, when I was a young grad from IIT, and IIT has such an amazing name in the world arena, it was too much of, I would say, look up to. And you can see, the execs from the large corporate CEOs to startup ventures, and there was, I would say, plethora of opportunities that I was kind of dabbling with what I want to do. And I think it was very clear at a very early onset that I want to utilize these skills that I'm learning as a technology grad and build that into something that I can be proud in my mid years of my life. And probably that's why early on I was very clearly that I want to pick up the technology threads and then amalgate that with a formal management degree. And after that, that's why I did my MBA as well from ISB, which is another flagship institute. And get these both together to gain a complete techno-commercial experience, which will help and boost my confidence to get onto this entrepreneurship journey. And just a bit of a I would say, earlier background. I am actually a Sindhi, which is a sect in India. And this sect people, generally, 95% of the cases are into business.
I see.
So even though whatever, they have the education, they have the degree or not, but you will see that a lot of people are doing their own business and trying to give back to the society, because there is an immense pleasure in building something and giving back to society.
So
So that was kind of always my motivation, I would say.
what? So you kind of you had at the outset the idea that at some stage in the future you would probably be doing something yourself, but you wanted to kind of build that that base, if you like, that kind of technical understanding of what was possible specifically in the technology space.
Yes, because I have a technology bent of mind.
Yeah.
To be honest, I'm not that savvy when it comes to finance and things like that. So you always have to, as an entrepreneur, look at what your, I would say, competitive advantage. And so I very clearly saw that my competitive advantage is that technology understanding, and how I can bring that to the foray and to my own advantage, and to what I can do and I can give back and build on that. So it was very clear that I wanted to do something into technology. Yeah, and I truly love it, to be honest. That possibilities of the disruption that technology is bringing, and probably that was not the case 15-20 years back. People were still, when I was coming out of my management graduation, people were doing consulting. Even I went to a consulting business a job, but slowly it became very evident that technology will be the centerpiece of every disruption and everything that's gonna be happening. So I wanted to take on my, I would say, sweet spot, and technology is definitely what I enjoy and I thrive doing.
So when you were during those the consultancy days, probably I guess after ISB, right? Did you find that the experiences that you picked up during the course of those consulting engagements helped shape your eventual entrepreneurial ideas?
Absolutely. I would say consulting is something that kind of it's about problem solving.
Yeah.
Looking at the complex problems, dividing that into bits and pieces, and then looking at solutions that can actually solve those problems. And then one of the very important tasks is to communicate to the stakeholders and ensure that you have the right kind of sponsorship to deliver to that. And the days of consulting helped me to kind of develop those problem solving skills and communicate to the stakeholders in the most effective manner, and then ensure that the solutions that we are suggesting to the customers were implemented. And in many cases, they were giving fruits, but in some cases they were not. So learning from those failures, that okay, how to kind of do the post-mortem analysis, that what is not working out, how we can be a better team, a better solution, a better effective process to capture and ensure that we are successful the next time we are doing something similar or different, I would say.
So you in the consultancy world, you if obviously rose up the ranks there, and you were deployed to the UK. So were you sort of leading engagements and managing an engagement team on some of these clients?
Yeah, I was working with Capgemini, which is one of the global technology consulting giants. I was part of their media entertainment practice, and was managing large customers. And one of my last engagement was managing one of the global entertainment and media customers, which had a P&L of something globally around 750 million, and I was responsible for 200 million in that. And
Right.
we had a team of around 400 people. I was having a team of 400 people, and globally there were around 2,000 people in that engagement. So that gave me a good amount of experience to engage with customers, especially enterprise clients, look at what works, what doesn't work. And that was, I would say, the real genesis where I felt really confident that, yes, I have all the right amount of skills and ingredients to kind of push to the next stage of where I wanted to be.
Yeah, and that's the absolute important thing, isn't it? I mean, getting that internal confidence, and obviously genuine confidence comes from competence, and competence comes from having actually executed various things with and delivered success, as well as obviously learning from failures as well. So it's, yeah, I mean, I think that's brilliant that what you just said about how you developed that confidence through the various engagements that you were on and the kind of interactions, I guess, that you would have had presumably at a pretty much CXO level within those clients.
No, true. I think I'll give you one anecdote. We were doing a very complex supply chain, and these were the days of media entertainment, where pre-Netflix era, and organizations were looking to increase effectiveness of their movie labels. And as soon as the movie gets released in Hollywood, they wanted it to be shipped just after 2 months into every house through DVDs. So we were putting the complex supply chains, and that project was itself something in the range of 350 million. The project took 3 years to roll out, and by the time it rolled out, you know what, Netflix was there. Yeah. And DVDs were gone. So that was a very, very, I would say, successful supply chain implementations. But the problem was it was late to the market. And that was a very, very important aspect, that how critical is time to market, even for large organizations. And disruptions from wherever they are happening, you need to be very, very close to it to understand that how it can actually disrupt the whole, the whole sector. And you need to kind of take cognizance of building solutions that can help you to elevate that. And
so I guess one of the most important findings then was the agility and the speed to be able to react to these potential disruptions, which obviously disrupt business models as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. And one of the key things as an entrepreneur is to kind of keeping your eye on the current BAU, but at the same time on the other disruptions that are happening, that how you can take advantage of that rather than getting disrupted. Absolutely. So and that is and being a first generation entrepreneur, I would say that's very key, because you don't have that much of cushion to lie back on failures, I would say.
Indeed. So as you progressed then from effectively your employed status, and you were beginning to, I'm guessing for a year or two, you would have been thinking through, okay, how can we actually sort of architect this move to your own venture? Were you clear about what space specifically you would try to build something around at that point, or was it more of a general direction? Because what I've found with some of the people I've spoken to is some things seem to be kind of happy accidents, and others are as the result of meticulous planning. How did you find it in your case?
I would say, look, this was more that, okay, I wanted to do something and I knew that these were my positives. And we were moving into a direction, but the doors kept on opening and the opportunities keep on coming as you were dabbling through your journey. Yeah. And it was completely that, when I was working with a lot of CXOs in enterprise market, we were doing services kind of solutions for our customers as one of my early days ventures, but it was not scaling up. And when we were working with these large enterprises, one of the constant problems that they were having was talent. So given the space we were in and various understanding of technologies, global delivery model understanding, and ability to kind of do things in an agile manner, I kind of picked up and those opportunities and tried to see that how we can do best justice to them. And once we did that, we got good, I would say, happy customers, and then I would say the reference of a client really works out well, and they move to some other place, and then they come back to you, and they kind of let their friends know, and then so there were kind of initial roller coaster days in which we were able to get our name out in the market, and then of course the benefit of a good education, that how now you have some kind of a base, how you can explore further on that in terms of marketing, getting your name out through networking, marketing. We were able to do that. And slowly we were able to expand further into that market and get a fairly stable and recognizable business in what we were doing in talent market.
So the once you had started this venture, get that sort of early patronage, if you like, the first few customers, were they coming from your existing networks, or were they coming from your own marketing activity?
Yeah, no, I would say the first few customers came through the network, and I still can't say thank you enough to them.
Yeah.
That they believed in me and the solutions that we were supposed to be giving. And once we had that, I think the next set of customers, it was, I would say 4 to 5 customers, it was through my own network and through connections. But we were very quickly able to establish our brand name in the market. And after that, we were able to kind of get the next set of, I would say, branding and networking activities to help us to the next set of growth, I would say.
So one of the themes that has come up with many of the people that I've talked to is around the pivot, in the sense that, okay, people start with a particular idea, and once you've executed on that idea, you now get a reaction to that idea, which leads you potentially in a different direction. Was there elements of this pivot in your business journey?
No, absolutely. I think the biggest pivot was when we were doing a services, IT services kind of a business. And from there, we kind of moved into a technology talent business, into talent acquisition and management, helping customers recruit talent in the local market as well as from global market, and especially markets like Eastern Europe, in India, those kind of markets. Then we were doing it successfully, as I rightly said to you, that we were scaling up, I would say 30% growth year on year, but I was itching to kind of get 3x, 5x kind of growth. And at the back of it, we thought, okay, why not use the background of technology and build models and platforms that can actually, sit onto our talent existing solution and the knowledge. And then we kind of build this AI solution that helps organization to automate a lot of their manual tasks, which is involved into HR and into talent. And there we kind of pivoted from a talent solution provider to a more, I would say, platform business. So though we didn't kind of stop the first business, because it is a great services business and we have very happy customers with that, but I would say I got good ideas, and based on that, and we were able to monetize and build further on those ideas to build a next level of solutions. So I moved from I would say, completely services business into a product business. And around 5 years back, we started building this product. And then, there are good amount of, I would say, pivots that we have done into this product as well. that we kind of were into more of a B2C to B2B now. So
right. So the product, sorry to interrupt, were you about to finish?
No, please go on. Please go on.
Yeah. The product that you've developed, is it part of a suite of products, or you have the single flagship product that is sold in the market?
Yes, we have a suite of products,
Okay.
and so they can be clubbed together as well as they can be sold independently. And the organization name or the legal entity is Recruitment Smart, under which whole of this umbrella comes in. We have the first product called Sniper AI, which is a talent intelligence platform. And essentially what it does is it builds a human cognitive intelligence into the AI, generative AI platform, to help understand what a specific job is. So let's say if you are looking to hire for the simplicity, like a developer, so you need specific job description of a developer, so the AI can write that for you. Or if you are looking to hire a risk manager for a bank or for an investment bank, the solution can write that for you. So the intelligence of human cognitive power is built into the solution. And then next level, it kind of matches different candidates or employees of an organization to those jobs that are written by the AI. So it is essentially making understanding that what this job requires in terms of experience, in terms of responsibilities, education, any kind of certification, location, and then matches the kind of talent that is available both internally and externally. So that is what a solution that we have called Sniper AI. Another solution that we have, which bolts over Sniper AI, is called Jeeves AI. And this is a conversational engine, which actually helps to engage with any person that when are you available for interview? And the person says, I'm available after 2 days, 3 days. Great. Or it can ask the person that, what kind of role do you like to have? So if the person says, I'm looking for a sales role, it will look into all the sales role and expose the person with that. We are also suggesting solutions like analytics, and we are giving that this all suite as an API. So all these solutions are different, I would say, solutions, and they can come together and they can be sold separately to customers which already have various, I would say, ERP solutions like SAP, Oracle, Workday. So our solution worked in conjunction with that, and we have built out of the box integration packs for them.
And is this, in terms of the way this is marketed, is it a subscription model service?
Yes, absolutely. So there is a very minimal, I would say, one-time installation cost, and it takes 2 to 3 weeks to install, to configure as per the customer requirement. And then there is a subscription which the customers pay year by year or month by month, depending on what kind of agreement that we get with the customers on that.
And is there any kind of typical style, size of client that your product kind of appeals to?
Yes, absolutely. I would say generally our product appeals to customers which are doing high volume recruiting. So customers which are, I would say, north of 2,000 to 3,000 people, and they are hiring approximately 200 to 300 people every year, because they are having this operation on scale, and they are looking for technology intervention that can automate the either one part of the whole process or the complete process, and can give them the benefit and the ROI. Yes. So how the whole solution works is that this generative AI model, we need to train onto specific domains. So we have trained onto various domains like technology, telecom, pharmaceuticals, retail, oil and gas, and we have customers across different markets in US, in Asia Pac, in MENA, in Middle East, as well as in Europe for these customers.
So the obviously, as we spoke before this, disruptive technologies, AI, these are the kind of buzzwords that we hear around all the time now. And of course, things like ChatGPT have become, well, everyone knows about it. Now, it does, in this particular case, have you developed your own model, or do you use some existing technology kind of as the backbone?
Look, when we started doing this, there were not much there. And we were doing, and we have still a good amount of, I would say, code that we are utilizing, that is our own proprietary IP, intellectual property. And we keep on building it and improving it, the large language models that we have, and we improve it. But at the same time, I would say we utilize the industry solutions as well. So like for conversational AI, the chatbot, we are using the existing solutions that are available in the market. And so at the end of the day, we are trying to solve a key business problem, that is of talent, and how to reduce the manual intervention and equip both, I would say, the talent, the candidate, and the organizations to make decisions effectively, quickly, and with accuracy, and improve the user journey in that. So we have a good amount of, I would say, IP, and as well as we are utilizing existing solutions, especially like ChatGPT, which has changed the paradigm quite a lot. And so we don't want to shy away from utilizing those. We are utilizing them, and we are working in conjunction with similar technology models and bringing them to fruition for our customers in the talent market, I would say.
Quite often with in a case of a disruptive technology, then there are, what's the sensitive way of saying this? I mean, there are areas of interest that people may have within organizations that may feel threatened, and therefore the nature of the conversation and the level of the conversation that you have within a client is important. So have you found that you have to be cognizant of those types of issues when approaching the sorts of clients that you're approaching, given that part of the ROI here is less human intervention?
I think this is it can't be more true than in our case. And we used to feel customers, users, I would say, sometimes the CXOs get the benefit very, very nicely and easily, and they want to implement it. But at the end of the day, CXOs also need to get buy-in internally, and they don't want to threaten their workforce. So we used to get a lot of resistance internally from the HR professionals, from the recruiters, that this kind of a solution might take their job, they will become redundant. But very quickly, I would say, as I would say how the market is moving, and adoption of AI is being seen something which is a necessity now for organizations to be more nimble, to be more productive, and we are seeing less and less that kind of a behavior from customers and users, and more knowledgeable customers we are seeing that they are keen to adopt the technology. They want to get under the hood to understand what is really how the AI works, whether it is kind of creating any biases. So there, I would say now over the last, I would say 18 months, there is much more receptiveness from the clients than any kind of reluctance or resistance, I would say.
Yeah. And in terms of the way that you've sort of constructed the organization to deliver this, and now particularly as, although you are somewhat a services company, you're perhaps mainly now a product company. Have you architected this so that you have that main technical capability based offshore?
I would say we are a very lean team that way into our product, and that is what we have raised a very minimal investment of 3 million till now, and we have been able to very successfully run this venture and build products and get these products out in the market. How we have done it is utilizing our background of global delivery again. Yeah. So we have teams across in India as well as in Poland for our technology. And we have a data scientist team, which is mainly offshore. And we are working in tandem. And over the COVID days, another key important thing that happened, we became remote first for our technology business. And that helped us to kind of get a good amount of talent. And we have now talent spread across various cities in India, as well as in Poland, as well as in Middle East. So that has worked well. And now we are coming back into our offices. Even our teams in London have started going back to the office at least 3 times a week. And our teams in India also going back to the office. So we are going back into transition. And that is kind of one of the next challenge that we will be, looking how to kind of solve that, I would say.
In terms of the markets you service, is that what determines the locations you're for instance, now you're in London? Is the UK a market for you as such?
Not really.
Okay.
So we are a SaaS, software as a service provider, completely a technology solution. So we have customers across the board in Europe, in various countries like France, in Belgium, in US. We have Middle East as a very key market because there is a lot of expat population, and talent is a big challenge in Middle East. Again, in Southeast Asia, we have customers in the airline segment because airlines are looking to get the best talent quickly and want to adapt that. So we have customers all across. Mainly our go-to-market is defined by, I would say, our ideal customer profile. So these are enterprise kind of customers which have solutions already in place, like SAP or Workday or Oracle. And we work with those customers to deploy our solution. And we necessarily don't look at customers which are in a specific geography, to be honest.
So how do you go about? I mean, now you're an organization of some size. Has your approach to marketing changed at all along on that journey?
I would say, look, it has transformed quite a lot from day one, when we used to have a single page website. We did a rebranding exercise 3 months back, and one simple matrix is now our website has 800 pages. Wow. So it cannot be a single man effort. We have a team of for marketing to generate leads, to generate content. Then we have sales team to kind of go to market, to kind of nurture the leads and nurture the prospects. And we have partnerships in place with key I would say product companies like SAP and Workday. We have great reviews on platforms like G2. So they rate us into the leaders quadrant, into talent intelligence, what we are doing. And so I would say it's kind of evolved over the period of time. And we want to ensure that the work that we are doing, that is something our next customers hear. Yeah. And that is the most powerful way of doing. So we don't spend, like, I would say, huge amount of budget or millions of pounds into events and all. I would say that.
Or conferences and those types of things.
Yeah, our style of marketing is a very guerrilla kind of, I would say, that spend $1 and try to get 10x return on that. Yes. And so that is proving effective till now into what we are doing. And we have got a complete good marketing and sales engine that is running now. And we are investing more heavily. We are doing our next round of investment. And that focus is completely into sales and marketing because now our product is ready. We need to kind of get the name out to increase the number of customers to 10x from 20 to 200, I would say. And so marketing and sales will play a very, very key role in that, I would say.
So maybe, I think, given the success of the story so far, like you say, really what is really going to sell the product is the success of its applications so far, its implementations. So I suppose case studies will play an important role in that.
Absolutely, absolutely. We definitely kind of ensure that we give that excellent implementation to the customer, go that extra bit out to ensure that how we can fine tune the product for the needs of the customer, and how we can help them to get their next pain point solved, and then capture that whole solution to ensure that we are able to kind of propagate that to the next level of customer base. And till now, our approach has been very sales first. Get the customer, understand their requirement, build or implement the product to them, and then understand further pain points from them to develop further, and then build that at the back of it into the product segment or the product suite that what we have. And that's how we have a suite of product now.
So since the growth of the company has been pretty rapid since you started it, and you now have around 250 people, did you say?
Yes, we have a good amount of customer base, as well as we have a good amount of I would say employees. The good part about technology is that we don't need to have a huge amount of workforce.
Yeah.
And I would say the number of users that are using the solution is more than 2,000. The team size, the technology team size that is developing the solution is 40 people at the moment. Yeah. And but the good part is that we have developed this solution into more than I would say 75 languages. That includes all the European languages, Arabic and Middle Eastern languages, and Chinese and others. And we are able to we are able to sell into those markets. And we have been able to keep this with a smaller team size. And we have been able to capture the large market through that, I would say.
In terms of how you kind of helped develop that team and build a common sort of a set of values and organizational culture, are there any learnings that you've had along the way with that as you've scaled?
I think that the key learning is, and which is very important, is to build a positive culture, and that culture and that sense of belongingness. Given a smaller team with constrained resources, you want everybody to be working fully and ensuring that they are able to not only give their 100%, but give their 150%. Yeah. And that comes with that positive culture. And another key thing is creating a vision and propagating that vision, that storytelling of that vision, be it to your customers, be it to the teams and the employees you work with, and to your investors together, because they are also a key part of it. So that vision storytelling is very important, that how you kind of propagate that vision that you are bringing to the market and disrupting, and ensuring that there would be a win-win situation for all the key stakeholders in this.
You mentioned investors there, but I think you started effectively bootstrapped, right? Did it become apparent to you when you thought the time was right to maybe take on a strategic investor?
Absolutely. No, I think this is a great point to kind of talk about. We bootstrapped and we built the product first. Me and my other co-founder Yusuf, he is also from IIT. He was running his own business, so we wanted to build something which was of value, and we got that understanding from our own background as well, from our network, that okay, what we are creating is of value. We created that through our bootstrap funds, and we invested something like $500,000 into building that product. But very quickly we realized that we need to increase the feature set. So after we kind of first bagged our first large customer, and it was a very large customer, they were having something like 300,000 employees. They were hiring like something like 40,000 people annually. They implemented our product. It was a great story for 18 months. We learned a lot. We implemented a lot of solutions. But getting from that first customer to the second to the third and the fourth wasn't that easy, I would say.
Right.
And there we really felt that we wanted to kind of build a feature set that is independent of customers, and that would require, but we are on the right track. The good thing is that we are on the right track. We have got some initial success. We have got some good team. And after that, we went out and sought some external investor funding, and we got some good funding from a group of CHROs, which are for FTSE 250 companies, and which was again a big testament that industry leaders are believing into something that we are developing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was the first round of funding that we did. And we created another set of features. And then we went and sold to few more customers. And then that ripple effect, happened. We went and, got some more funding. And it's kind of, it's a cyclical, I would say, cycle that's been, going on now.
Mm. So, you bootstrapped, you took on some funding, the growth story continues, and obviously you're also getting professional recognition as well along the journey. I guess the question really, as we come towards the end of this, is what's next for this business? Have you got a vision of how you want to take it forward from here?
I think that's a great question. And as an entrepreneur, you always think about that. Okay, what is the next thing? And I would say this is just a start for this business. We have got a good base of customers. We have a good feature set, and as I said, that we are raising our next round of funding to expand further into Middle East. So Middle East and Southeast Asia is our next market where we want to expand further in the next, I would say, 2 years, and expand. We have very marquee clients in that market. Like one of the very key customers, Al Futtaim, which is their household name, and we want to at least ensure that from that success story and the partnerships like SAP and all, we can increase at least to 20x, 30x. So we are keeping our heads down at the moment, ensuring that we are focusing on growth, at least for the next 2 to 3 years, and take our business at least to 15 to 20 million ARR, what we say, annual recurring revenue. And that seems very, very possible. And it requires focused effort. And my whole team is kind of moving towards in the direction, I would say.
That's absolutely incredible. And an absolutely brilliant story. And you'll, I guess, remain in the UK for the foreseeable future?
Yeah, I remain in the UK. I travel quite a lot to Middle East and in Southeast Asia. And we have teams in those 2 locations as well. But house for me remains here. I stay with my wife and 2 kids. So and family is equally very important. So UK is the home.
Are your kids like at school age at the moment?
Yeah, my son is doing his A levels in IB. So it's called he's into IB, and my daughter is year 5, and so it's a full on, I would say, commitment from that side as well.
Absolutely. Just as a kind of a very final thing for some of our aspiring entrepreneurs, some of whom are probably in the position you were in before ISB, where they're in technical roles, but they've got this kind of idea that they potentially want to do something themselves later on. You've been through that whole story. What would be your main pointers, would you say, for someone in that kind of position? What should they be thinking about?
No, I would say, and I think it's everybody's dilemma, I would say. And the biggest thing is believe in yourself. You will hear many more no's during the journey than yes. But that yes, after even 100 no's, is what you're looking for. And I would say give more than 100%, not 100%, more than 200% to the opportunity that you get, and build that trust with whoever is coming along in that journey with you. Be it your family, be it your investors, be it your employees, your teams, your customers. They should see that they are engaging with somebody who is trustworthy, and they can, put their bets onto that. So I would say genuinity will always help, and people want to see the real thing in this today's era of social media. So bring that real self of yourself and give that out in the market, and I'm sure you will see a lot of positivity and acceptance.
Inspiring words. Thank you very much. Well, it's been a brilliant discussion, Pawan. Thank you so much for spending your time with us. I'm sure the viewers will have taken away a lot from your story. And of course, we wish you the absolute best with Recruitment Smart Technologies. So thank you once again, Pawan Lokwani, Recruitment Smart Technologies. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you so much.